Hello viewer, thank you for joining us for another episode of Kiwanjani, a show through which we reflect on football action that took place over the weekend. We are brought to you courtesy of Helabet. You can join, register and play on helabet.co.ke. We start by commending Kenyan Morans for qualifying for AfroBasket 2021 in Rwanda after 28 years. They did this by beating Angola 74-73 in Yaoundé, Cameroon. I'm joined by two gentlemen, former Kenyan internationals, James Situma and Innocent Mutiso. Gentlemen, welcome. How was your weekend?
It started off very well.
Yes.
But it ended up very badly. My personal team.
Your personal team.
My personal team.
Yes.
We lost. But all is not lost. Life has to move on, you know.
How was your weekend, Situma?
Yeah, as Mutiso said, of course, in EPL, we're still celebrating, but at home, I think hard luck for God.
Yes.
It was almost, and if you ever played football, that's not the minute you want to lose a game, you know, with such magnitude. So we had luck for them, but we welcomed them back home and wakuja waendelee. But generally, moshi imekuwa mingi sana, bets zimeungua.
We invite you to join the conversation on our comment section as well as on our social media platforms. Facebook is Kiwanjani, Instagram Kiwanjani254. We start with that game, a heartbreaking draw in Zambia for Gor Mahia. That ended their journey in continental football. What a game.
Yeah, you know, same story as we always say. You remember prior to their departure to Zambia, we had a lot of issues traveling. Mtu amekula fare unaona, but we always say, unajua, preparation is key for everything. Remember when Zambia NAPSA came here, they came 4 days prior to the game, and for us, our team traveled the same day, the same match day. So to the players, you know, mentally it's a torture for them, but again, they really put up a good show. They had a very, very fantastic game. The approach was so positive, and you could see they went there. They really played so well, unlike the way they played at home against NAPSA. And it's heartbreaking, that last minute penalty, you know. It was they feel they were unlucky, but again, it's football, it happens. It's not over until it's over. So congratulations to NAPSA, but I think Gor really gave a good fight.
From the airport straight to the dressing room, how was this game for you?
It kind of made me remember the scenario where Harambee Stars were going to Cape Verde for a very big match, a qualifier for the World Cup 2014, and there was so much going on. World Cup 2018, no, not 2014, sorry. And there was so much going on. Remember, the players were stranded, and they had to leave the same day. They had to have 3 stopovers. It was a 24-hour journey, and once they reached the country, they went straight to the stadium, and they lost 2-1. And it was a game where we knew very well that if Kenya goes there and maybe gets a draw, then we're through. But same thing. It all comes down to preparation, and almost never counts. And I told you, Gor have no chance. And you could see that last minute penalty. And I've always said here in the episodes, the previous episodes,
yes,
that a team loses concentration or loses focus the last minutes or the first minutes of the opening exchanges, and that is what happened with Gor Mahia. You could see that was a poor tackle, and it was a tired tackle. That's just focus. You just need to stay your ground. The game is almost over. Just stand your ground, stand firm. Let that guy make another decision. But you gave him an option when you go down. So for me, it was an opportunity lost for Gor Mahia, but it was their own undoing, and no one else to blame but Gor Mahia themselves. It was a game of high magnitude, and they had a very good chance of even putting their money problems aside. They were on course to win, to get an award of around 27 million. So that was a huge opportunity lost. And right now they just have to come back home and concentrate on the league, because the league is also slipping away.
Poor officiating, or it was a genuine penalty?
Okay, for me, as a fan, I'm not the official in the field, but again, any tackle in the box between a striker and a defender, always a striker has a chance, has 100% chance, because that was his moment, his time, and the game was almost over. So as a home team, they were using every means to make sure that they get results in that game. So any slight opportunity, they have to take it 100%. But again, as Mutiso said, as a defender, you have to make a decision. It was almost over, and I think you just have to make the striker make another decision, because once you go down, make sure you are 100% have the ball. Anything apart from having the ball, it's a chance for the striker. So the striker had an opportunity to that this is my time. Because when you go down, I have to go down.
We stay in the local league, and full time at Mbaraki, Bandari versus AFC Leopards. It was Bandari 2, AFC Leopards 1. The coach actually admitted that off-the-pitch issues had an impact on this particular game.
Yes, definitely. And this is a match that AFC Leopards lost at the beginning of the week when they did not show up for training, when the players were on a go-slow because of an arrears since December last year. And they thought that the office has been taking them in circles. One of their an unnamed player who didn't want to be mentioned said that they feel the office has been taking them around in circles and taking them for granted, and they got money last week, but one through Harambe, and they don't know where that money is. So the players down their tools. They did not want to train. And then again at the weekend, you see them alighting from an aeroplane in Mombasa, going for that match. You are just definitely going to lose. And it was a given that Bandari will definitely beat FC Leopards, and it's never a good hunting ground for many teams, especially the big ones, to go to Mbaraki and get points.
Situma.
Yes, but if you are not boarding in the training, you'll never board on a match.
It starts from the training.
Of course. Training, it's they always say training makes perfect, and when you are not training, you are not physically okay. Also mentally you are not okay, and winning a game needs a lot. So for them it was expected results, but again you give it for Bandari. We said like Kasambungo had everything at stake to win, because remember he's a former AFC Leopards coach, and also you have that feeling like, oh, these guys, okay, they have issues, so we have just to add like problems to them, and as Mutiso said also, playing Bandari at Mbaraki, they always perform so well. And remember they started a match on a high. Wadri are having a brace, any slight mistake it was a goal, and with the situation that FC Leopards had, you need a big mentality to make sure that you come back to the game. But again, it did happen. So for me, I think they really need to come up with another way of working to make sure that the players are so focused, because this is not the time you want to lose points. Remember, Tusker is widening the gap, and you as the closest competitor, you are dropping points. So I think they really need to do something. They really need to come up, make sure that the players are so comfortable. But give it to Bandari, they really did so well against FC Leopards. We had so many so many things happening outside
maybe the circle of playing. We had banters, fans, Mombasa Bandari fans, FC fans, Goro fans were there for Bandari fans. So I think we had a lot in stake. But again, I just feel it was so vital for Bandari to win.
Full time at Kasarani, Bidco United 2, Mathare United 1. What's happening? A game of two halves for this one. I watched this game. What is happening at Mathare?
I called it for Bidco United. I said Bidco United will win that game. They made some very good signings, and they just continue to put the final nail on Mathare United. And the things that Mathare United are struggling with are actually off the pitch, not on the pitch, and it will definitely reflect on the pitch when you're having problems back in maybe through administration. And the last episode we talked about the stories behind the scenes that are going on at Mathare United, and maybe that is what is reflecting on the pitch, on the players. And I heard from someone last week that saying that a former player saying that the players at Mathare United do not have quality enough, and they wanted to revert back to the old system for Mathare United. You know, when you had to get from you come up the ranks from the academies at Maisa so that you play for Mathare United, because you'll be taught the same things from when you're 10 years old, 13 years old, and I think that is when Mathare United used to flourish, because you know very well how the team plays, what the team is all about ever since you're a little kid. When you're going to the senior team, your mind is set up. You know very well what is needed of you. You know very well the standard of football that is required of you. But all that's changed, and the transition has not been that good. And there's a huge generation gap at Mathare United, and these are the kind of things that are troubling Mathare United.
You also call this game Nzoia Sugar 2, KCB 1.
Yeah, I told him Tiso here, like, you know,
yes.
Wamekuwa wanapiga team zile ziko top pale Sudi. They have I can say they have 98% record at home, so something good for them, because at times at this time at the league, when you are not maybe getting points away, na unazipata home, at least inakupatia chance. So most of the times when they come to play away games, in fact they feel okay, if kama tuwezi pata maximum, then 1 is a plus for them, because wanajua home ni poa. Na ukiangalia game KCB ilikuwa ahead mapema sana, na unaangalia Nzoia came back to the game, wakakomboa, alafu akapata the second goal. Inakuonyesha the character, the resilience and the fight they have pale Sudi. Na pia fans, unajua pale okay, saizi hakuna fans kwa stadium, but ukiangalia uwanja the way imetengenezwa, fan wanapanda miti huko nje na wamejaa sana ground. Ukiangalia hizo highlights, mabao vile zinafungwa, ukiangalia kelele natoka huko nje kwa miti, naona they have the support. So for me I think the wako poa, they have quality. Wali lose Eric to Wazito, but again wamepata Wandera pale kwa defense, anything pale ndani ya box, kama ni penalty anakuja na maja, something good for the team. Na pia nadhani Ibrahim Shikanda ameleta some winning mentality in that team. Okay, ilikuwa imefanya ukiangalia walianza wana like somehow wana struggle, but the beauty ni kwamba hawakuwa na lose points, hawakuwa na drop points zote. They had a couple of draws, and I think wame build from those draws, wameanza kupata wins. For Zico, I feel sorry for him, because alikuwa naona maybe maximum itamweka karibu na matano, but again ana game bado, so bado hakuna kitu imepotea. I think akipiga another win atakuwa bado iko close.
City Stars 2, Zoo 1.
I call that.
You call it this game as well.
Yeah. I knew City Stars will win. They had the right mentality, and also the trouble. So many Kenyan teams are having troubles, and also Zoo is one of them. Those are 6 games on the trot losing. And going into that match, City Stars had only drawn two matches and lost 3 matches out of their previous 5 matches, and they've gone back to the winning ways. That will make it 3 wins from 12 outings, and they have to continue with that winning streak, because next they are facing the teams that are in and around them, and they have to be these teams that are in and around them, like Zuke Richo. They're done and dusted with that. They have to win their next match against Western Stima, and also have to beat Mathare United, who are also struggling, and also Western Stima lost at the weekend against Kakamega Homeboys. So they have to continue collecting these maximum points, because their next 5 matches after those 2 matches with Western Stima and Mathare United, they have a very difficult run. They play FC Leopards, they're playing Tusker, they're playing Kariobangi Sharks, they're playing Wazito, and also they're playing FC Leopards. So they will have a very difficult run. So they have to collect at least these 9 points, and look if the others they can get at least one each and every game. But they have first to collect the six points that with the teams that are struggling, and then look if they can get the difficult matches, maybe draws and a win. You never know, but they did a very good job at the weekend.
Can Western Stima survive this season?
Yeah, if
they lost 2-3 to Kakamega.
Yeah, that was still a tough one, as we said in our previous show yes. That Kakamega Homeboys wameanza kupata momentum ya move forward, na ukiangalia in that game Kakamega Homeboys walienda ahead, Stima wakakuja waka-equalize, wakakuja pia wakakuwa juu, and again unapata kwa hiyo game I think as a coach Muyote alilalaki was so proud, because you are down 2-1 na all your subs unazileta ndani, unapata anapigwa mmoja anapiga equalizer, mwingine anakupigia winning goal. I think it was a plus for Muyote, but pia Western Stima it was a tall order for them, because as we said pressure ilikuwa imeanza kuingia pale Kakamega. Kuna sponsorship iko in, you have the county na support team, mdosi mwenyewe team pia kuna cash anatoa, ana feel ana invest enough kwa game, so you have to start winning. But again for Western Stima I think they still have a chance, because ukiangalia most pia pale home wamepoteza kwa Sharks, wamepoteza pia saizi kwa Kakamega Homeboys, but pia wanaweza build kwa home results. Kama wanaweza pata another, maybe wajaribu the remaining games, if wanaweza pata tu kama maximum 7 wins pale home, I think watakuwa safe, kwa sababu
itakuwa ngumu sana.
Okay,
Wapata win tu moja out of 12 matches.
Kitu inaweza kitu pia inawapatia pale juu, napata Mathare na Zoo wana struggle, unaona. So pia wanaangalia, unajua ingekuwa saizi Mathare maybe wamepiga kama hata game ya juzi wangepika win, by the way ingekuwa somehow pressure, but at least saizi but okay, pressure iko ya
Remember
win.
Mathare have 3 games at hand against Western Stima,
But our grind results, that's the problem. So unapata pale wale watu wako tu pale, unaona. But again I think Juma kama atapewa time, mimi pia namjua ni coach mwenye anaweza pia motivation ya players tu anaweza wasukuma wakapata something.
A lot of midweek action. Gor Mahia returns and faces Posta Rangers. Your prediction?
Well, we woke up to the news yesterday that Coach Sammy Pamzo, former Posta Rangers, I don't know if you can say former Posta Rangers and former Gor Mahia coach in the same season, is back at Gor Mahia as an assistant coach, of which I think that is a little downgrade of him, because he's a head coach. You don't go and become an assistant coach, even if it's a big team. But still, unless there's something behind the scenes that's happening, maybe he's being prepped to take over at the helm. And I think Gor Mahia should even give him some huge amount of respect. They should have.
You think they don't?
I don't think they do, because he's a head coach. He's been a head coach in all the teams he has coached, and at Posta Rangers he also did a good job. But at Gor Mahia they would have given him the head coach. Why not? Why not? He can do it.
Should he have accepted this offer by Gor Mahia?
I don't know what happened in between, because coaching 2 teams at the same time in the top league, it's a challenge, and we don't up to now. We always say we don't know the reason what happened before Sammy Pamzo left Posta Rangers. But again, as we said, our coaches should have that. We should have that value, value of you as a person, because he's a big name in the Kenyan football industry. He has played for the big teams. He has coached big teams. He's a good coach. Yeah, exactly. So at times you have to just stay somewhere.
He was a coach even in India.
Yeah, you have to build from somewhere, and I respect few coaches who always starts from down and builds themselves up to the top. Is okay for him going again to coach, to be an assistant coach to the team that we can say maybe somehow it's not getting good results. Also, it brings a lot of question marks into the picture. But again, it's football; it always happens. So we wait and see.
Your prediction for this game, Gor Mahia, Posta Rangers?
I'll give it God, because Opams is there. He knows very well the Posta Rangers player, so he has a lot to give the other side. And also Kumbi has come in at a time whereby he has to change the structure of play, the style of play. Okay, he has good quality, but it takes some time, maybe 3-4 games, the way it took Kimanze and Wazito, so that he can start grinding out results. So for me, I still give Gor.
Your prediction?
Okumbi has always liked to play against Gor Mahia, and always makes life so difficult for Gor Mahia whenever those two sides meet. But right now, with Gor Mahia having to deal with that heartbreak in Zambia, really need to get these points, because they have to. Tusker has been widening the gap, so they have to close in at least and remain with the chasing pack. So a win for Gor Mahia.
Bandari Vihiga United. Your prediction?
A big one again for Bandari, I can say, and they are playing away from home, so it's a 50-50 affair, because Bandari have been always so strong at home, but somehow they haven't gotten the good results playing away from home. Most of the time they have gotten, maybe the best result they have gotten are draws away from home. So it's a 50-50 affair, but this is a game that also Vihiga really needs to win, because they are not so comfortable at the table, because if Western Stima and maybe Mathare wins another 2 games and they lose, it's a catch-up situation. So for me, it's a 50-50 affair, and I'll give it 1 or 8.
All right, Tusker will take over Nzoia on Tuesday. Your prediction?
Well, Matano, the Lion himself, my former coach.
Yes.
He'll pick up the points, maximum points.
Maximum points.
Yes.
Unbeaten run.
Unbeaten run will continue.
Mathare will be facing Wazito. Your prediction?
Yeah, ingine kubwa ukiangalia the two coaches they have history together. Salim and Kimanzi wamewaka pamoja for quite
They've even played
together.
Yes.
So it's a game yenye tunajuana. Unajua, it's for me I think it's so hard. Salim will make life for Kimanzi so hard because unajua watu meka pamoja, na ukiangalia the moment, okay, was it our favorites, but tunaangalia tunajuana, tumecheza pamoja, so like, I have a point to prove. Na ukiangalia pia the coaches, the players wenye wako Madara at the moment, I can say 70% ni wachezaji walikuwa under Kimanzi, so it has a lot of aspects kwa hiyo game, but again ni game mimi naweza ipea over 2.5.
It will be a case of grasshopper versus master.
And your prediction?
For a long time, Salim has been an understudy for Coach Kimanzi. They played together, but Kimanzi started coaching way early in when he was ending his career, and he's been an understudy for so many years, and it reached a time that Kimanzi had to move on, and Coach Salim took over, and I don't think the grasshopper will beat the master. So a win for Wazito.
A win for Wazito. Nairobi City Stars will be traveling to Kisumu to face Western Stima. Your prediction?
Yeah, from their last win against Suzu, you could see maybe the mojo of winning is back. And again, they have to do something, because when you watch, if you watch them play against Zoo, I think they did not have the control of the game. You know, going away against Western Stima, a side that have come from the loss, I think it's going to be somehow difficult for them. So for me, I give a 108.
All right, Sofapaka will be facing KCB. Your prediction?
KCB have to go back to winning ways, and so does Sofapaka. Sofapaka on their last outing they were beaten 2 goals to nil by Ulinzi in Afraha, and they also have to
Kericho Green.
At Kericho Green, sorry. They have to go back to their winning ways, and it will be a difficult game, but for me, I think KCB will pick up the points, because I know Coach Zedekia Otieno, and I think it was a missed opportunity at Sudi Stadium, losing 2 goals to 1. That team had to come down from a goal down. Come up from a goal down, so he really has to make amends and go back to winning ways, so that he closes the gap with Tusker. Right now, Tusker on a 4-point gap, and they already played their game at hand, one of their 2 games at hand. So he really needs to pick up those points against Sofapaka, so that he closes in on Tusker on 29 points.
Kakamega Homeboys will be in Kericho to face Zoo. Your prediction?
Yeah, Zoo, ukiangalia mahali wako imekuwa problem. Okay, mara mingi wamekuwa natumia home advantage, but ukiangalia Bidco pia walienda pale wakatoa points, na the moment ukiangalia the last 3 games of Kakamega Homeboys wamekuwa kifunga mabao, so sidhani kama this is the time Zoo inaenda kusimamisha kitu kama hiyo. Miss I'll give it a win.
Ingwe will be welcoming Ulinzi at Kasarani. Your prediction?
It will be a difficult game. Right now, yes. Ulinzi Stars are getting their mojo back. They are picking up points. And for FC Leopards, their hopes were dented last weekend when they faced Bandari. So they have to put their problems behind them if they're to get maximum points from Ulinzi Stars, because it will be a tough outing for real. And I will give it a goal.
Goal.
Your prediction on this big game, Leopards versus Ulinzi?
Ulinzi stands a chance. Ukiangalia defensive wise, they have been so tight at the back. Ukiangalia Saruni has been so fantastic for Ulinzi. In fact, their game against Sofapaka, he had a couple of saves in that game. Baka kuja kapata bao kufunga. So wana face a side that imetoka from a loss. They want to come back into this game, but again, opponent wanacheza nao pia ni wachezaji wazuri. Na at the moment I think Nyangweze is so happy. Ukiangalia wachezaji pale mbele wameanza kupata mabao. Ukiangalia Nandwa saizi, ukiangalia fomu yake like imeanza kurudi. So unapata ana more options kwa kila game. So against FC Leopards, I think ni yeye kupata come up na the right lineup kuona kwamba anaweza shinda game, but pia anaweza ipatia 1 else.
Okay, remember we're brought to you by Helabet. You can join, register and play on helabet.co.ke. You can also join the conversation on the comment section, as well as on our social media platforms, Facebook Kiwanjani and Instagram Kiwanjani254. We move to the English Premier League. Another loss for Liverpool. Disaster.
It was coming, and I called it.
Yes.
I knew it would be very difficult for Liverpool, who have their worst run at Anfield since 1925. So they really have to get their mojo back. I saw somewhere on Twitter, someone was saying that Arsenal really needs to play Liverpool before this promotion ends, and Liverpool are just giving away points. And they were also saying that the Liverpool we saw last season, it was a scam. This is the real Liverpool that people know.
That they benefited from water breaks.
Exactly, they benefited from water breaks and 5 substitutions.
Yes.
So I knew Carlo Ancelotti. He has won 4 derbies. He's won in Italy, and right now the Merseyside derby in England. And I knew he would make life difficult for Coach Jurgen Klopp. And the Liverpool backline, they could not handle the pace of Calvert-Lewin and also Richarlison, and that's how those 2 goals came up. And that penalty was just the last nail on the coffin. And Trent Alexander-Arnold should have known better than to do that. When it was 1-0, Liverpool still had a chance to get back to the game, but after that penalty, Liverpool were down and out. And kudos to Carlo Ancelotti. Right now they are tied on points, on 40 points with Liverpool, and if they continue with this run, and I say they have a very good run away from home. At home is where the weakness is, because prior to that match they just lost 2-0 at home against a Fulham side who are on the revival. So for Carlo Ancelotti, he really needs to do something for their form at home.
Pickford, a lot of saves from him. What do you make of this game?
Of course, is a big character for that team, and you know, if you have a winning goalkeeper in goal, I think you have to get the results, because you have to lead at the back, you know. And I think he really made life difficult for Liverpool, because you know, when you are playing such a side, you just have to be at top of your game. And for me, I think Carlo did a good homework, because you are playing a side that is ailing at the back. So what can you do? Make sure that your attackers are on top of their game, and you finish the game, and you saw what happens. So I think for Liverpool, it's almost done for them. So they should just start thinking the way they can fight, maybe to play in the top 6, and top 6 is playing in Europa League.
On an evening that all Manchester United supporters wanted Arsenal to win, Arsenal decided to lose to Man City. What happened?
Well, while you guys were supporting us, we were supporting Manchester City.
How can you? How could you?
No. It was, I think Arsenal have the courage to face this team, and it all started with Mikel Arteta. For me, he got the lineup wrong. I think he panicked. He made 5 changes. I mean, the squad that played in the Europa League against Benfica, and the squad that played against Leeds and thrashed Leeds, you should continue with that momentum. Saka has been doing very well on the right side, cutting in, but he put him on the left side. Pepe, who has not been having a good a run of matches, started that match, a haystack match. When you look at in the middle of the park, Elneny has not played, has not started for so many matches, so that match fitness was not there. For me, at the back, it was okay, although the shortest man on the field, Raheem Sterling, scored in the 75th second, and we all knew that after that early goal that it will be another thrashing from Manchester City, but that was not to be, and we were not brave enough to have a go at Manchester City, and he started with the lineup. I wish Mikel Arteta started with Ceballos and also Smith Rowe, who was giving us momentum up front. So for me, Mikel Arteta was not brave enough. He did not believe in himself. He did not believe that his charges can do something against Manchester City, can have a go at Manchester City, and maybe stop that 17-match unbeaten streak, winning streak. But all is not lost. The next couple of matches will be also very difficult. So he needs to find a way he can pick points. We have Leicester. We have Leicester on the road. We have to play Liverpool. So we have a very bad run of matches, very difficult run of matches. So Mikel Arteta really needs to work his mojo back again and believe in his players.
That's an early goal that gives you time to recover.
okay, it can give you time to recover if you have character in the team, but again, you are done if you don't have character in the team, and it's something that it's one of the things that it's undoing for Arsenal, because for the last almost 5 games, they have been conceding too early into the game, and life becomes so difficult for them. And for me, I think, okay, City is on a roll, and you know, they're unstoppable, but again, I think Mikel gave much respect to Pep, because you could see from the lineup, from the way that the players behaved in that match, because you could not see them maybe that confidence in attacking. You know, we are doing possession, but again, like, we are thinking so much in terms of defending other than attacking. And again, you know, the lineup, as Mutiso said, you know, I think for us, Smith Rowe has given us more edge in the couple of games, and you could see the Mesut Ozil in him. But again, you know, you decide to bench him, you bring in Pepe, who is somehow at times is on and off. It makes it difficult for us. Yesterday, Martin was off color. He didn't do much, and for me, I believe
it's because Smith Rowe wasn't there.
Yeah.
The movement that they had, the three of them, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Martin Odegaard. The movement that they have the last couple of matches, it was so good, and they were starting to gel as a unit. But then Mikel Arteta decided to cut that short. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. Because in the second half, you could feel maybe Arsenal came back and with a little bit much confidence, and you could see the energy maybe going forward, and you could see maybe you can get something. But again, you know, from the lineup, me, I feel Laka could have been on the starting lineup.
He's a man for big games.
Yes, Pierre on the other side, and then Bukayo Saka on the other side. You could have gained something. And again, Ceballos in the midfield. Just play one holding midfielder with Saka. We are just fine, because you know something with the attacking teams. If you are also attacking, they also think about defending. But when you defend more, they'll just feel more attacking.
So from Manchester United fans, they're telling me they'll support you when you face Leicester. So hope this time you'll do something. Let's go to sure bets. Zilichomeka.
Mimi nakwambia moshi ile imewaka hii weekend.
Yes.
Kwanza game yangu ya Soton Chelsea.
Yes.
Nilipea Chelsea, lakini kwa hiyo game Southampton walikuwa na other ideas. Walikuwa wamekaa ngumu. Ukiangalia mpaka hiyo story, mpaka Chelsea walikuja wakapata penalty, pia ikasemekana, kaona fans wa Man U wakaanza kujikonsolate, si pekee yetu tunapewa penalty, kuna wengine wanapewa. Hiyo ilichomeka. Alafu nilikuwa nimepea Man U Newcastle. I think hiyo watu
they came through.
Yeah,
they always come through.
Kama
Manchester United.
Kama mtu aliweka single bet,
yes,
hiyo naye amekula. Kama alikuwa ameweka katao 2 hivi,
nilikuwa 1.3 for odds.
By
the time game inakuja kwanza ilikuwa 1.29 odds.
Isharudi chini.
But
mwingine ya Atletico Madrid Levante. Mimi nakwambia watu walipata dhahabu sana. Wakamoshi. Unaangalia hili gani? Ukiangalia by the way on the top, Levante wamederail kidogo momentum ya Madrid.
Yes.
Na ukiangalia the next game wanacheza pia wana Villarreal, and then wana face Real Madrid. I think Real wamesmile sana kwa sababu hapo nyuma wako nyuma hao na 3 points, although Atletico wana game at hand. So I think for them it was a disappointing outing, and una feel Simeone, I think alikuwa amejam sana hiyo game, but pia walikuwa wamekuwa on a roll, wamekuwa nafunga kila game. I think walichukua tu kama it's just another game, but vitu zika change. Yeah.
You order Valencia Celta.
Yes, Valencia Celta Vigo. Hiyo ni game nyingine pia ilikuwa na drama sana. Ilikuwa game 0-0 wakaongeza 3 minutes.
Yes.
In the extra time, I think Valencia walipiga attack ya mwisho ikaishia kwa goli. Nakumbuka that's the moments ukiwa coach, ukiwa mchezaji unataka kufunga mabao kama hiyo. Nilikuwa nimepewa kichwa, so iliingia.
Hiyo iliingia.
Yeah.
Your sure bets.
Wacha kwanza tuanze na Barcelona. Manze Barcelona. Ay. Cadiz wako
Yes.
Wako sijui namba ngapi, but I think ni lack of confidence. I think your game ya PSG it snuffed the life out of Barcelona. And you could see juzi manze walikuwa na very hard time. 25 shots on target to 1. They had an 82% possession to 18. So Barcelona, they just lost of confidence. Bado wanafiki mind zao bado ziko kwa hiyo game ya PSG, of which sioni kama wanaweza nini overcome deficit in Paris. No, sioni ki happen. So hiyo ni bet ya kwanza iliungua.
Ulikuwa Italy pia.
Tukienda huko Italy hiyo Milan derby, Inter Milan manze ran riot against AC Milan, and Ibrahimovic kuna zile chance mbili alizipata but hakuweza kuputia ball into the net, and Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez who are on a very good run, one of the best partnerships in the world currently. Walipiga mabao in the world, okay. In the world too. Jua wakipiga jo mabao fiti au majamaa wawili, but anyway, hiyo game kwenda goal nilikuwa nimeka goal, but Inter Milan won away 3-0. Lazio Sampdoria, hiyo ni game nyingine tena pia ilichomeka. Nilikuwa nimeweka over 2.5. Lazio led 1-0 for the better part of the match, wanakuja wakafunga tena dakika za mwisho game ikaisha 2-0.
Dortmund was also,
but Dortmund hiyo nao iliingiana 2 and over 1.5. so hapo kwa road derby nilisema nowadays it's not really the road derby that we've been accustomed to, and it was just a straight out win for Borussia Dortmund, and Erling Haaland again, spectacular goal, and it's one of the contenders for the Bundesliga goal of the season, and that boy manze, sky's the limit. Jamaa manze anashine na anapiga bao kila game.
Asijaribu kwenda timu fulani kwa ukiangalia saa hizi umesema partnership ya Lautaro na Bolingoli Lukaku. Ukiangalia timu ilikuwa imemwest sana, lakini saa hizi asha nini.
I will not reply to that. Let's go. The Champions League continues this week. Mna ubaya. Champions League inaendelea. Atletico Madrid, Chelsea. Your prediction?
I think Atletico Madrid will hit the second gear. Your game yao na Levante, that's why they lost, because they had their mindsets on this game against Chelsea, because it's a vital game. Wanajua vizuri sana Chelsea sahi wamekuwa very hard not to crack. Vile wamepata Thomas Tuchel ni hapo hivi, na huyu jamaa manze kumfunga sasa imekuwa difficult. Tangu waingie manze hizo 6 games ameconcede bao 2 pekee, na moja ilikuwa on goal na hii nyingine ya Southampton, which was something very exceptional. And Atletico Madrid pale Wanda Metropolitana pia wanaonga very hard not to crack, but lazima watafute a winning formula to be this Chelsea side who right now are high in confidence.
Investors wanauliza waweke wapi?
Wawekezaji niliwaambia kwa wanasikizanga vizuri sana. Hii game patia Atletico Madrid kichwa. Diego Simeone anapendanga magame kama hizi mbaya sana.
Your prediction for this game?
Ni game ya over 2.5.
Plenty of goals.
Mabao ziko vile ukiangalia, by the way Simeone ukiangalia magame zile kubwa kwanza hiyo siku akipiga tai inakuanga na wakamoto pia kwa line.
Another game is Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Your prediction?
Game ngumu sana. Sasa Atalanta pia wameanza kupata their winning formula back, na pale John Mbele akina Pau Gomez manzeni wako fiti mbaya, na itakuwa ngumu sana kwa Real Madrid, but Real nimeona pia wameanza kupata kama momentum back. Last week pia walishinda game, wako na game atanda against Atletico Madrid who drop points. Barcelona pia waka drop points. So saa hii wako na chance ya close in gap kwa sababu walikuwa wameacha na 5 points. So wakipiga win hiyo game atandi yao wanaingia 2 points to nini. But sasa concentration yao najua iko kwa hii game ya Atalanta, and ile experience Real Madrid wako nayo kwa this big stage, when you always think that Real Madrid are down and out. Kumbuka group stages wakicheza na Borussia Mönchengladbach. Manze walipigwa home huko away ukifikiria bado watafungwa, na sasa walikuwa ngajua wanapoteza points left right and center. Wakalima hiyo timu huko Germany, na ngumu sana huko matimu za Germany kufunguka kwao. Kwa hivyo hapo ndapatia ile pedigree tu Real Madrid wako nayo, ndapatia kichwa hapo.
Your prediction?
Yeah, you know, football is full of surprises, but again I'll give it Real Madrid because of they have been there regularly in the Champions League. The players know the importance of the game, so I think they are more comfortable in the situation, and I'll give them.
Mönchengladbach will be taking on Manchester City. Your prediction for this game?
Nitaipatia goal clash. Hizi teams mbili zuanga na a lot of goals. The last time they walipatana ilikuwa 2-2 draw, na pia Mönchengladbach washafunga Man City. So kwa hivyo ni game tricky sana, but Manchester City na ile run wako nayo hii Champions League ndio imekuwa akilisili yao. So hapo ndo mali Pep Guardiola watu wanamwambia mbona hujashinda Champions League na hii team na umepatiwa kila kitu, kama ni do umepatiwa, kama ni wachezaji ule unataka umepatiwa. Kwa hivyo hii ni game Manchester City na wakishinda, but I think a safer bet itakuwa ni goal. Yes.
For you?
Weka Man City kichwa. Ukiangalia there
Man City kichwa
na unamaliza hiyo mchezo.
Lazio will be taking on Bayern Munchen. Your prediction?
Hiyo itakuwa tu win kwa Bayern Munich bana. Ama jamani noma. Alafu unajua ni game wanaanza away.
Yes.
Na saa hii vile hakuna advantage ya mafans, Lazio jo hawatajua what hit them.
Kichwa Bayern.
Kichwa Bayern.
For you? Bayern. Alright, viewer, thank you for joining us. Also, give us your predictions, and the correct ones will get a gift hamper from our sponsor, that is Helabet. Remember, you can join and register and play on helabet.co.ke and continue with the conversation on our social media platforms. Till next time, same place, different games. My name is Esbon Mogambi, and for now, it's good night.